today is the new first launching of the EU
Integrity Pledge.
EUMCCI Integrity Pledge. So as you think, what would be the difference for those corporate are signing the pledge and also the others which are not signing the pledge? And as an enforcement body, how would the MACC going to look at this pledge?
This pledge is a signal or indicator of the companies who sign it giving a full support. I'm not saying that another company is not giving the support, but it is an indicator of the company supporting the Malaysian government initiative in enhancing integrity and fighting corruption in this country. It's a symbol. I'm not saying that they support. Maybe there are many other companies out there are also hoping and appreciating the government initiative in fighting corruption. So this is a starting point, initiative taken by the European Union. And as what also we face and experience when we launched the Integrity Pact last year. It started with a very small group, and now it has enlarged to about more than 100 companies participate in the signing of this pledge. So I also believe that the signing of company in the EU also have the same impact. And as you know that the signing of this pledge will make us much easier in identifying which company that we can approach and get helps in terms of getting feedback on what are the things that the Malaysian government need to do in enhancing integrity and fighting corruption in this country. A lot of companies that has signed this pledge has been communicating with MACC, and we are very happy indeed. Some of the companies, especially the multinational, government-owned companies like Petronas and Telecom and so on, they sit together with us and look into what are the future initiatives in their organization in fighting corruption. And there are certain extent where they request for our officers to be seconded in their organization, and we have done that.
Okay. For the European, is that this is more on the foreign investment country in signing the pledge. So is that this is the first foreign many foreign country organization is participant in this integrity pledge?
In block, yes.
Okay.
This is the first in block. In block signing of the pledge.
The group,
in group, yeah.
So, how do you think for the confidence of the anti-corruptions for foreign country when this opportunity of this campaign? Maybe you can answer, Mr.
David. Yeah, indeed. Well, I think from our point of view, obviously, many of the corporations that were actually signing the Integrity Pledge actually have, if you like, a global policy in this regard. And so for us, if I'm honest with you, whether it's for Malaysia or indeed any other country in the world and so on, the pledge that we have signed would be identical and so on. So I think for many of the European member companies that we have, this for them is just another step in the process. And clearly, I think it's very good that the Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission have actually, together with the Integrity Institute, which I believe you're also a board member, have actually entered into this sort of arrangement, and we're very pleased to be actually a participant in this process.
So, is that you have believed that the confidence of foreign investor would be improved with this campaign?
Yeah, I think in fairness, this is how we see as a catalyst, if you like, a starting point. And as you heard from the speeches just now, what we'd like to think is that this is just really the starting point, and so on. So having 19 member companies sign up for it is a start, and we'd like very much, if you like, to encourage all of our member companies, where possible, to continue to consider, if you like, signing into this pledge, because we think that the policy that the framework that's actually been put together here is identical to the way in which many of our member companies actually want to operate and will operate, and we think this is the right approach. So we just think this is the starting point, and
it's a good sign. It's a good sign for future cooperation.
Thank you.
How would your organization going to monitor those company heads signing the pledge? Is there any?
Yeah, well, obviously this is going to be published on the website. That'll be very, very visible. And obviously we will try and encourage those companies to seriously consider. Some of the multinationals already have this policy in place. In fact, many of them do have a policy in place. The issue is whether or not they feel comfortable enough to have their local representatives sign this document, and so on. So sometimes it's just about the governance structure within their organisation. And so on. But I think now, as more international companies start to see that some other international companies have entered into this pledge, I think it will encourage them to then take a very serious look at it, and to actually enter into this subsequently.
Just now, the keynote speaker, Mr. Michael Husman, spoke that the changing should be doing in the political leadership level. He also said that he will be confident if he would like to see that there will be some improvement in next year tackle all the problems. So, as you think, what is the important step or the crucial step to achieve what Mr. Michael's
I think from a European context, if I can answer this one first, it's basically raising the awareness and so on. As a Chamber of Commerce, we've actually worked quite hard to ensure that this awareness was made, and so on. But it's like everything else, it's a question of putting this further up the priority ladder of most companies, and so on. It's a very important issue. But when you're working on a number of operational issues and so on, sometimes it gets lost in the correspondence and the communication traffic. So I think what you'll start to see is that, as we mentioned just now, this is the starting point, and I think you'll start to see many more companies actually entering into this pledge, as there is, if I may say so, some sincerity on the behalf of the Malaysian government to actually enter into this. Once they can see that sincerity, and they can actually see that actually this means something and that we should do this, we're not just doing it from a point of view of improving our image as a company, and so on, we're doing this because we actually truly believe that this is what Malaysia wants to achieve, then I think you're going to start to see a greater participation from European companies.
How about Mr. Dato? How do you see the political leadership going to more step on the anti-corruption?
You can just by looking at the initiatives taken, and I really appreciate the government when they start the GTP, and they extended it to GTP2. And as I said earlier, the GTP2, the GTP1 have identified many critical issues which we should address. For example, the GTP1 and NKRA, they have come up with the e-bidding, using a lot of IT base in terms of procurement. These are the areas which I think a lot of multinational corporations wanted to see, where the more fair system in terms of getting the tender and open system in getting the tender. And another area is looking into where to make the, as I said just now, about the intermediaries to be more disciplined. The role of consultant, we have to be concurrent with the OECD convention, and also United Nations Convention Against Corruption. The initiative taken by international community, and our initiative must be at par, at least so that the whole world doing the same thing and trying to make the world a better place to stay.
So, what is the problem in the business consultant in terms of?
I'm not saying that there is a problem, but I said that to make them more transparent and disciplined in terms of if they companies want to use consultant, there must be a professional consultant. It should not be a vehicle for other purposes.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you very much.